Hi, I'm Hamish with Clan Analogue, an Australian-based record label with 30 years of experience and our 30-year anniversary coming up. And today we've got Dylan Beast with us. Nice to have you here, Dylan.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Really glad to have you on board and really looking forward to your EP coming out as well as your single.
Thank you. Yes, soon to release a EP with Clan Analogue. I'm very thrilled about it. Very excited for this experience.
Oh, likewise. So as far as I'm aware, you're more of a rock artist, but you're erring towards electronic music these days. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
I started off my career with orchestra style music, then more into rock. You know, when you play with bands, that's what you do most of the times. And until recently, where I got gradually more and more into electronic music. I really dig on the heavy beats and the experimental sounds, and that's what I like, the high energy, you know?
Yeah, definitely, I get that. Are there any specific influences in electronic music that have sort of triggered this for you?
I started off to listen to electronic music back when I was still in my teens, and back then I would really dig Prodigy and Pendulum. More recently, I really loved Tom Morello's latest album, which comes from the rock influences, but then it turns into electronic music, and Angel Spit, and many other bands, and those are my inspiration, you know?
Yeah, some great ones in there, definitely. When you're going into producing your own electronic music, is there any particular motifs or any production techniques that you've found through these artists?
When I listen to them, as I mentioned to you before, I really dig the rhythms. So many times I find myself either composing from the rhythm, or even if I'm composing a synth line or a guitar line, it's still rhythm-based rather than just melody-based. Anything regarding a melody might come later on in my composition process, or even just be more focused on the vocals, which is what my electronic music is pretty influenced about, I reckon.
But it all revolves around that rhythm.
It all revolves around that rhythm, and I build everything around that rhythm, yeah.
So on this EP, we've got a couple of singles out. So the first one will be How Long, I believe?
Yes, that's correct.
Could you tell us a bit more about that?
I started off in one of those periods where I felt like I needed space and distance from society and from everyone. I feel like we spend so much time worrying about unnecessary things, trying to look like people that we are not, and then not appreciating who we have around and what we got around. And that's how Long it started.
Yeah, a great concept to explore, I like that.
I'm glad you do.
Would there be some similarities then between that and Still in Quarantine, another single?
Yes, Still in Quarantine is more specific to quarantine, lockdown. Still in Quarantine is a concept for those people that at the moment prefer to have forgotten what they've been through in the lockdown days. And it kind of randomly gives you all these thoughts that people are through when they are in lockdown and they've got nothing else to think about but a grocery bag, your pets that are sleeping, and your face that is cold in the morning during winter, and that is all about, yes. And it's also the only tune that I sing half in English and half in Italian.
Yes, why is one of my favorites as well. I love hearing some of the Italian heritage come through.
Yes.
Speaking of like what's sort of gone into building you as an artist, what gets you going with music? Like what makes you come back to it and keep developing as an artist as well?
The way I started off music was with the goal of actually being different. Now, this is easier said than done, because you can do whatever you want. There's always somebody that is going to turn around and say, hey, you kind of sound like that person or that artist. You'll be like, oh, come on. But still, I want to be different in my own way. I want to do my music and represent myself and not being shy about it, not being shy about who I am, what I feel. Don't hold back on anything.
I think that's a really respectful way to approach your music.
Yeah, I hope so. If anything, is genuine and honest.
Which is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
I think there's no higher quality.
Yeah, thanks for thinking that. I hope everybody feels like that way, but...
Well, it's been lovely having you here, Dylan. Really been enjoying talking to you and really looking forward to hearing that EP.
Lovely to be here. Thanks for having me, mate. Catch you next time.
No doubt. And from Clan Analogue, that's us out.